What are the top 5 things that I miss seeing as a person who lost his vision to retinitis pigmentosa? The answers are coming up. Hey, welcome back to the channel, Blind to Billionaire. It's great to have you here again with me. I really appreciate it. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. So what are the 5 things that I miss most seeing since losing my vision to retinitis pigmentosa? So I'm going to give you just a top 5 list. I've narrowed it down to, these are probably the most important to me. So here goes the list. And once again, these are not in any particular order. They're all very important to me. So anyway, the list is number 1, family. Family, I really miss seeing my family. Not only my parents, my brother, sister-in-law, Corey's family and nieces, but also my extended family. So I kind of have an interesting story about that. A few weeks ago, Corey and I were at my grandma's 88th birthday party. And we were sitting there, and we were actually sitting outside. It was at my aunt and uncle's house. And we were sitting outside, and there was quite a few of my extended family there. And we were sitting there, and I don't know how this topic came up, but we were talking, and I was like, and Corey was telling me, what these different people look like. And obviously I remember seeing them from roughly 7 years ago. So the image that I still have of these people is from about 6 to 7 or so years ago, when I still had, decent vision enough to recognize faces. So what's interesting about it is in that 7 or so year time period, people change a lot. And I still have this image in my mind of what these different people look like. So as we were sitting there, she was describing them, and 3 people that stuck out in particular would be 3 of my uncles. 2 of them are actually twins. So they look, they're twins. So they look similar, and I always remember them with black hair. So they both have black hair and glasses. That's what I remember seeing them as. And when we were sitting there talking, Corey said, she was describing them, and she was talking about their hair, and apparently their hair is no longer black, but it's more gray or wavy with gray, and maybe in some cases a little bit more white. So as she was describing that, it was really funny because it was really hard for me to picture these faces with gray or white or speckled hair, because I just remember them with just pure black hair, like my hair is just, well, I hope my hair is still black. I don't even know. I haven't seen myself in about that long, so I could be gray too, and who knows? That'd be scary. But anyway, so I thought that was really interesting. And then another one of my uncles, I remember him with brownish, kind of gold colored hair, roughly. Yeah, and again, Corey was telling me that he is also pretty gray. And so I thought that was really interesting because it was just so hard for me to picture these people with gray or white hair. So I really miss seeing my family. And if there is ever a day that there's a cure for RP, or there's some type of technology or something that allows us to be able to see again, I think it's going to be a little bit overwhelming to go from 7 or more years of not being able to see people to all of a sudden seeing people again, and then replacing the image that I have of them in my mind right now with the new reality of what they actually look like. So I feel like that's going to be a little bit scary and overwhelming when that day comes. Hopefully it comes soon for all of us with RP. So yeah, I thought that was interesting. One other person that comes to mind too is my brother. My brother is 3 years older than me. He's 37, and I remember him. So actually, when he was younger, he had blonde hair, like actually pretty blonde hair. And over the years, when he was younger, over the many years, his hair turned from blonde to brown. And he wasn't dyeing it or anything. He was just the natural color of his hair was changing. And apparently within the last 7 or so years, his hair has changed from brown to black. So to me, that's actually, again, really weird, because I still have this image of him with brown hair. So when people tell me that he has black hair now, it's just so weird for me to picture him with black hair, because I only ever remember him with blonde or brown hair. So I feel like that's really weird to me, to picture all these people that I know, that I've known my whole life, and I have this image of them, to now have to replace it with this new image that I'm making up in my mind of these people with these different color hair. So I think that's really interesting, and I miss seeing all of these people in my life, and I look forward to the day that I can actually see them again. Even though it will be overwhelming, it'll still be a really great experience. So number 2 on my list is the travel destinations that Corey and I visit. So as you probably know, Corey and I love to travel. It's something that we look forward to, and it's just something that is really exciting to us. Something that I really miss about it is seeing all of the places that we visit. So I've done quite a bit of traveling in my life. Even before Corey, I did some traveling, not a ton, but I also did, a decent amount of traveling. And I remember I have pretty good recollection of all of those destinations. And I can still picture them. I can just think of, okay, when I was in Australia, I saw all these different things. And my vision wasn't very good back then, but it was good enough to the point where I could still see and make out, different things. Or when I would travel down to the Caribbean back then and see the beautiful beaches and the oceans, it was so nice. I just loved seeing that. So although a beach and an ocean typically looks pretty much the same regardless of where you go, in the Caribbean anywhere, which is one of our favorite places to travel, even though they look the same, I still really miss being able to see the beaches and the palm trees and the sunrise over the ocean and just the water and the people walking and just everything having to do with the just the destination or the resorts that we visit. So I'd say that's something that's also very important to me that I really miss seeing, and I look forward to the day that I can travel again to these white sand beaches that we love to visit and just see the beautiful white sand and the turquoise water. So I really look forward to seeing that someday again. Okay, so number 3 on the list, products in a store. I realize that seems a little bit silly, but in the last 7 or so years, since my vision has decreased to the point where I can't see what's going on anymore, just think about how many new products have hit the store shelves in the last 7 years. A lot, a ton of products. So as much as I want to see the products, like the new products, I still miss going to a store and just being able to navigate through the aisles myself and select any items that I want to buy that day, or just seeing what's out there. Corey and I go to the store together now, and I basically just walk behind the cart and just stand there. I don't really do anything. And I miss just going to the store and having the ability to walk through the store, fill up my cart, grab any items that I want, and just see what's available on the shelves. It's fun, and as ridiculous as it sounds and so simple, it's really nice to have that ability to just walk through the store and see all the products. And not only that, be able to see the label, read the label, see what's going on, just read the labels and see what all of these different products are. So that is number 3. So number 4 on the list is, I just categorized it as the simple things. And now what I mean by the simple things is reading or just seeing simple things like reading my mail, walking to the mailbox and, feeling totally fine walking to the mailbox that I'm not going to be lost or take a wrong turn, and just walking to the mailbox, grabbing my mail, flipping through the mail, and pulling out whatever's for me, opening it up and being able to read it, and just having that that privacy, that independence to be able to do that. I also miss being able to see something simple like text messages on my phone. Again, I still text and I still send texts and receive texts, but I either do it through voice, or I actually have a phone that it has just one of those standard keyboards, the 1 through 9 with the star, 0, and pound sign, and I can still text with it, but I still don't know what's going on my screen. I trust my texting ability enough to be able to text, but then when someone texts me, I always have to find somebody else to read my text to me. So something so simple as just being able to read text messages on my phone, or being able to go into the kitchen and pull out the recipe box and flip through, find something that I want to make that day, and read a recipe and follow it, and then make dinner. So I categorized that as being the simple things. So a couple other things that I can think of is pictures. I miss being able to see pictures. So there's been many times, you're somewhere, you're with family, you're with friends or something like that. Everyone is constantly looking at their phone, flipping through pictures, and everyone kind of gathers around, oh, look at this picture, and everybody laughs. And then meanwhile, I just stand there. It it sounds ridiculous again at the same time, but then I always feel like, oh, this is fun. Yeah, everyone's sitting there laughing, enjoying a picture, and here I get to sit and do nothing. So again, it's another simple thing, but I miss being able to participate and just be like one of the people in the group, or participate in just a group activity, or just be someone who can sit on the couch and look at my phone like everybody else and play around on our electronics. So again, I categorized this as just the simple things, just literally the simple things in life. And so yeah, I just miss being able to see that. So number 5 on the list is the environment, or the outdoors. And by that, I mean, again, simple things. Just going to the lake, watching the sunset, going to the ocean. Something that we love to do when we're traveling is wake up really early before the sunrise and head out to the beach and sit on the beach and watch the sunrise over the ocean. I think that's really neat. So when I do that, when Corey and I do that, what I can see is I can see the sky turn from dark to light. That's about it. Over the course of a half hour or whatever the time period is, I can see that the sky gradually goes from dark to bright, and that's it. But I can't see the details of the sunrise. For example, typically when you're at an ocean, there's clouds speckled all over the sky on the horizon, and as the sun rises, typically the clouds turn like a pink or orange or something like that, and I can't see that anymore. Or the sun will hit the water in such a way that it reflects and just makes the turquoise water glow. And I've seen that in my life, but I haven't seen that in many years. So I miss being able to see those types of things. Or like right now, today is October 5th. In where I live right now in Minnesota, fall is here and the leaves are changing on the trees. This time of year around Minnesota is actually a really nice, beautiful time of year, because all the leaves on the trees are changing, and it's just a really pretty time of year. So being able to go out to a park or go out to a lake and just walk or do whatever outside and be able to look up at the trees and think, oh wow, this is so pretty, when the sun shines on them, and just see all the colors, it's really nice, and I miss being able to see that. Something else that's simple that I really miss being able to see is my parents have a small pond in their backyard, and this time of year a lot of ducks like to congregate in the pond, and I always really enjoyed being at my parents' house and looking out the window and seeing all the ducks swim around in the pond. Whatever it is about those things, they're just so funny to me, and I really miss looking out and seeing all the ducks and just watching them. They're so funny to watch. For whatever reason, just the way that they swim around, or they sit on the logs, or they pick on each other. I don't know. They're just fun birds to watch. So I miss being able to see them. So I would say that is a short list of the 5 probably most important, or the top 5 things that I miss seeing after losing my vision to retinitis pigmentosa. So anyway, I would love to hear from you if you are blind or visually impaired, or just if you are sighted. What are the 5 most important things to you that you really enjoy seeing, that if those were taken away from you by the loss of vision, that you would really miss? So leave your comments down below. I'd love to hear your top 5 list. Otherwise, like I said earlier, if you're new to the channel, I'd really appreciate you subscribing. Otherwise, thanks again for watching, and I will see you again on a future video. Thank you.